Colson chats with Boardroom about her decision to leave the Las Vegas Aces and join the Indiana Fever, the current state of women basketball, what she's been up to, and the content.
A'ja Wilson has to be heated. Sydney Colson just left the back-to-back champion Aces for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just about basketball, it's about the Caitlin Clark effect. Players are chasing the spotlight, the media buzz, and the biggest show in the WNBA. How do you think A'ja feels about this move?
Champion Sydney Colson is officially signing a one-year deal with the Indiana Fever. So, the Fever just keep on doing what they've been doing. They're not playing no games in Indiana.
The Aces' so-called dynasty cracking, and A'ja Wilson's fans losing it. But here's the real story. This might be the Fever's biggest move yet. With all the pieces coming together, Indiana isn't just here for the hype, they're coming for a championship. Are you ready for the drama? Let's go.
Obviously, you made a big change in leaving the Aces for the Fever. What made you want to join Indiana? Here we go. Sydney Colson stated it was a variety of things. There was a new coaching staff. Amber Cox was a big part of that. Kelsey Mitchell, I played with her for the first 3 seasons. Joanna Bonner and Natasha Howard are players I respected from afar. Enjoy their game. Kate Martin, my teammate from the Aces, obviously good friends with Caitlin Clark. They play together at Iowa, and she speaks really highly of her. And obviously, we saw the rookie year that
she didn't get traded. She didn't get cut. She chose to leave. Sydney Colson, the heart of the Aces locker room, A'ja Wilson's right hand, walked away from back-to-back championships. Why? Because she saw something bigger, a new challenge, a fresh start. Vegas had the banners, but Indiana had the vision.
First of all, this WNBA free agency will not let us rest, number one. We literally cannot rest. But also, I love this move again. Like, Sydney Colson is a great player, but she's also a player that is going to add even more to what we're going to talk about later, and that's that chemistry of the team.
Colson's impact goes beyond the stat sheet. She's a defensive disruptor, a clutch presence, and a locker room glue player. Remember the WNBA finals 2 years ago? She wasn't just on the court, she was making those small but game-changing plays that championship teams thrive on. The stats won't show it, but the wins do.
Boston, they had something special the second half of the season, and I just look at them as a young, hungry team. Our veteran president with Joanna Bonner, Natasha, and me coming from winning programs who have been around the league for a long time and can help infuse something in that team that can take them far.
But here's the twist. Colson wasn't just a player, she was the Aces' heartbeat, the ultimate teammate, the locker room leader, the energy source. Every championship team needs that one player who keeps the squad together, lifts spirits, and makes everyone better just by being there. Colson was that player for Vegas.
You mean to tell me that two-time WNBA champion, the face of the God Dog League, okay? The Aces' main girl, right-hand man, Sydney Colson, is no longer returning to the Aces and is signing with the Indiana Fever? First of all, do the Fever even have any more roster spots open? How many folks are you guys going to sign?
Now, let's talk about Indiana. The Fever aren't just rebuilding, they're stacking pieces like a team ready to win now. Natasha Howard, signed. Joanna Bonner, locked in. Sophie Cunningham, added to the mix. And now, Sydney Colson. Indiana's message is loud and clear. They're done waiting.
League, self-appointed, face of the league, but also just in entertainment and all of these things. She has done and achieved so many things and continues to find amazing places in the WNBA, including with the Indiana Fever right now. And I'm just really, listen, what other moves they gonna make? Because I love this one too. And just great move after great move after great move.
But here's the real question. Why did Colson leave a championship squad? Fans are stunned. Social media is on fire. Nobody saw this coming. Aces supporters, still in shock. Fever fans, throwing a parade. Next voice, bottom line. Colson picked Caitlin Clark over A'ja Wilson. Let that sink in. Wilson's most trusted teammate just packed up and left for Indiana. This isn't just a roster move, it's a power shift. The WNBA is changing, and the Fever just sent a message. They're here to take over.
I'm excited for Sydney Colson, and I'm excited for the Indiana Fever because they have an amazing player who is also very hilarious, like one of the funniest people in the league. So really excited to see this.
Said, imagine the content between Sydney and Caitlin. It's going to be comedy.
Content for days. I know the Indiana Fever front office is just celebrating because that is a part of it too, is content and having players that are going to be good at that. So come on.
This move is bigger than just basketball. It's about building a winning culture. The Fever aren't just adding a backup guard for Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. They're bringing in a leader, a defensive force, and a proven champion who knows what it takes to win at the highest level. And Aja Wilson, she's not happy. Social media is in full meltdown mode, with her fans reeling over Colson's departure. But what is it about Sydney Colson that has everyone so shook? Let's break it down.
Sydney Colson is joining the Indiana Fever. What does that mean? Indiana is just being so greedy right now. They took DB, they took Natasha. Now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney from us? Why would they take Sydney from us? What the fuck we ever do to Indiana? Except beat them. But like, what the fuck we ever do to Indiana?
Break it down. On paper, Colson might not seem like a game changer. She's not a volume scorer, and she's not dropping 30 points a night. But that's not what makes her special. She's a defensive disruptor, a playmaker with elite court vision, and a clutch performer when it matters most. Now, imagine those skills alongside Caitlin Clark. Picture Colson stepping up to control the game when Clark needs a breather. That's the kind of depth that turns a good team into a great one.
I'm really trying here not to crash out, okay? I can't take too much more. I just said the other day, what did I say? Another bomb is Sunday. I said, this isn't it. You know, I can't wait to see what the next bomb would be. Didn't know this would be the bomb. Stephanie White ain't playing fair. I have to say it again. Stephanie White is not playing fair.
Colson's value isn't about flashy stats. The Fever didn't sign her to be their top scorer. They already have firepower. What they needed was a lockdown defender, a high IQ playmaker, and a clutch performer when it counts. Someone who thrives under pressure, steps up in big moments, and makes winning plays, even when they don't show up on the stat sheet.
Colson is a two-time WNBA champion, a true vet, an amazing backup point guard. And anytime that CC or any of the guards need to go to the bench, I mean, Sydney Colson always makes the right call, always makes the right decision. So to pick up a vet, a professional like Sydney Colson, and then you also have a vet like DeWanna Bonner, and you also have a vet like Kelsey Mitchell, and then you have CC and Aaliyah Ball.
But here's what truly sets Colson apart: leadership. She's not just another name on the roster. She's a two-time champion who's been through the battles and knows what it takes to win. For a young, hungry team like Indiana, that experience is priceless. She's the kind of player who elevates everyone around her, keeping the team focused and locked in when the grind of the season hits.
I hope that some of y'all, if y'all are not familiar with Sydney Colson, I hope y'all, watch some highlights of her, because don't just be like, oh, Sydney Colson, she barely scored last year, she's not good for the Indiana Fever. No, she is.
Clark actually spoke on this on Sunday, and she had this to say, quote, "I'm excited. Obviously, we made some great moves. I think Kelly and Amber and the whole Fever organization are helping us to win now. And I think that's really important. I think they're putting really good pieces together that are going to complement each other really, really well." And then she continued talking about Steph, their new head coach, and said that Steph taking over as head coach for us, I think, is going to be really great. A great basketball mind, someone that actually called quite a few of my college games. So being able to build that relationship with her and just be in the gym and work on things that she probably saw we knew that Caitlin Clark was this phenomenal talent, but she was entering a league that she was not familiar with. She was a rookie. The Indiana Fever have been actively building and rebuilding their organization and this team. team and they have a lot of incredible pieces, but the fact that they were able to get into the playoffs and be a team that, although they didn't, advance far in the playoffs, they were a team that we kept saying, if you face them, they're gonna make it difficult for you. That organization then saw that and said, we're capitalizing on this and we're doing it now.